Hello everyone, my name is QuadLy and welcome to a video showing you all the resources you can find in the Cambion Drift. There is some resources you can easily get and there is also some you can get in ways that are a little bit more complicated. For those resources there will be an annotation in the upper right corner to a more in-depth video of the resource I will be talking about. I will also mention this if this is the case. First we will go over the resources that are extremely easy to farm and then we will continue to progressively harder resources to get. But yeah, let's start with the first three extremely common ones: Ganglions, Pustulites, and Lucent Teroglobes. Ganglions are little infested bushes that are found all over the place. Their deposit looks like this. By just destroying it you will get 4 or more from my experience. But yeah, just fly around and you'll find many of them. You can find Pustulite on the surface of Cambion Drift. They are usually hanging from infested structures. Their deposit looks like this. You just need to shoot them and they will fall on the ground. Usually they will give you about 3 Pustulite. And now the last of the 3 resources, the Lucent Teroglobes. You can usually find these around requiem pillars, which look like this. You just need to get to them and look for deposits that look like this. You may also find these deposits in the isolation walls, but for real, they are not that good if you're just doing the bounties and stuff like that, so just loot on the surface, for real. Let's now go to the next 2 resources, Vome and Fass Residue. These 2 things are found in patches around the Cambion Drift. You can get Vome Residue while Fass is active. The deposit looks like this, beautiful blue color. And you can get Fass Residue while Vome is active. The deposit looks like this, orange. You will need these residues for fishing and exchanging resources with the father, but we'll go over this later. But now let's go see how to farm the residue. The easiest way to farm both of the residues is to get yourself an Archwing and fly around looking at the patches. When you can't find any more, return to the Necralisk and go back outside. The residue will respawn and you just have to repeat the whole procedure again. Loot everything, back to Necralisk, loot everything, it is easy. You can also farm the residue without the Archwing, but for real, just try to get one. It is a lot easier and quicker, so really, just try to get one. Now we will go to the land down under, the isolation walls. First resources we will take a look at are found in the isolation vault bounties. You can find these at the Mother. There is a huge amount of these resources. The first ones we will take a look at are the Orokin Matrixes, which you can get from Necramechs you have to destroy. If you are playing a tier 1 IsoVault bounty, you will get an Orokin Orientation Matrix from the Necramech you destroy. The tier 2 IsoVault bounty Necramechs will give you Orokin Ballistics Matrixes, and the last tier 3 IsoVault bounties will spawn 3 Necramechs, each giving you an Orokin Animus Matrix. You may use these matrices in the Necraloid Syndicate, which you can find at Necralisk behind the wall if you're going in with the operator. You can trade Orokin Matrixes with the Lloyd, 1k for the Orientation Matrix, 2.5k for the Ballistics Matrix, and a whole 5k for the Animus Matrix. You will need the standing with this guy for the Necramech parts, mods, and also Kitha Atom Sculpture. That is it though for the Matrixes. Now let's go to the Necramech parts. For real, there is not a lot to talk about these Necramech parts. After you kill a Necramech of any bounty tier, you have a chance to get the parts. The drop rates of each part are on the screen right now. There is really nothing else to talk about here, so yeah, the drop rates are abysmal. The next few parts are Necramech weapons. You need to craft Cortage and Mora with. Both extremely fun weapons to play with. The weapon parts are only found in the Isolation Vault bounties and the Arcana Vault bounties. And yeah, they have a very low percent drop chance, 3% per part, only from the last stage. So I suggest you to do all the side objective of every vault. That is the easiest way to get them. I have already made a guide on the Isolation Vault bounty side objective, so if you wish, go suffer in the upper right corner. Most of the time, Scintillant is found flying around in the isolation vaults. Jumping for it and picking it up is how you get it. I have already made an in-depth video of Scintillant farming, so yeah, it is in the upper right corner right now. Scintillant was the last resource you can actually gather. The next few will be the ones that you can get by just playing the game and farming resources we mentioned. The Entrati family tokens. Sun tokens are exchanged at the sun. For them you will need to capture animals at the Cambion Drift. I have already made a video about every single animal and how you can capture them, which is in the upper right corner right now. Otak tokens are exchanged at Otak. For them you will need minerals and gems, which you can mine in the Cambion Drift. You can look at how to mine and which mineable resources are found in the upper right corner right now. Dodder tokens are exchanged at the Dodder. For them you will need fish parts, a video which I have already made. How to fish and stuff like that, you can find it in the upper right corner. Just skip towards the Cambion Drift part. Father tokens are exchanged at the Father. For them you will need numerous resources you can find in the Cambion Drift. I have mentioned all of them in this video already, so just go back a bit to the right section. Mother tokens can only be acquired through playing the Cambion Drift bounties. Higher the level, more you will get. In my opinion, they are the only tokens besides the Grandmother tokens you should exchange for standing. You will just get so many of them. And the last kind of token, the Grandmother token, which you can find at, you guessed it, the Grandmother. You can only get them by exchanging tokens from the other family members for them. They are used to buy stuff from the grandma. For real, there is not much worth buying in there, but if you want it, just get them. I must say that there is also a way to exchange the resources for all kinds of tokens at the Grandmother in the Mend the Family tab. I myself don't really use it, but you may, it's nice to know. And now the last resource you will find, the Seriglass Shards. Resource you can buy from the Grandmother for 20 Grandmother tokens. You will only need 3 in total for 3 weapons, quassus, sepulcrum, yes, and trumna. Very fun to play with, really. But yeah, that is it. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, or maybe even subscribe. And also, have a nice day. Bye guys!